Hello there, Internet's version 2 here with Let's Watch Danganronpa 3, The End of Hope's Peak High School, Episode 20, Despair Arc number 10. Technically the second last Despair Arc episode, because the Future Arc goes for 2 episodes longer than the Despair Arc. When we last left off, everyone was rushing in, they're gonna be the big heroes, they're gonna save Chiza from the Despair people, they're gonna fight Matara and rescue him, and Sakura's gonna be a Junko. And then, Mikan pushed Chiaki aside. And then, yeah. Possibly not good things happening from here. Possibly. Just a hunch. Just a hunch that things are gonna be fucked up with this episode and that bad shit's gonna happen. Just a weird feeling that I've got. Just a possible total fuckedness is gonna happen here. Yeah, there's not much really else to say other than that. Like all the pieces are in place. We've literally just got to watch them unfold at this point for the Despair Arc. So yeah, as usual, there is a link in the description to this episode on Crunchyroll. You can click there. We'll watch it together. I go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. On go, we both click go together, and then the anime will start playing, and then the sound of my incredibly squeaky stool, because it's falling apart, because it's probably like 15 years old, will be overpowered by the sound of anime playing. So it won't become like the only sound that you can hear other than my voice and possibly my fan. I don't know, it's on 3 out of 10, so I don't think you can hear it. Maybe while I'm not talking and there's no other music playing. Normally, you can't hear it in normal videos because there's video games, but when I'm just talking and nothing else is happening. Like, maybe you heard my stool then, maybe you heard the chat. I don't know, the fan. I don't fucking know. Anyway, let's watch some anime. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, starting from 0. We're always starting from 0 at this point. Just if I forget to mention it, which I'm constantly going to do, just assume we're starting from 0 because we're starting from 0. Hi, Chiza. You met up with Chiaki. Just in time to save her, even though we saw that you gave up in that chair because your brain was being stabbed. So what the fuck is this hallway? You're good at acting. If you've actually been Despair, like the entire time, including up to the Future Arc, you're one of the people who's like infected by despair, who's able to keep their shit together like better than anyone else. Like Mikan was able to keep it together a bit when she came up to the class and like dragged up Peko. But then you came like multiple times in a row. I'll talk about despair before. Jesus is keeping up a good front and seems to be able to do it for many years after this. So you're doing well there. You're doing well there. So you know what the fucked up thing about either this episode or the next episode is going to be? Is just that, like, we went through Danganronpa 2 and we saw them have bad shit happen to them. It was upsetting. And then we learned during Danganronpa 2 that all the characters that were in there were actually part Despair. Well, not part Despair. Were ex-Despair. By the end of it, they're ex-Despair. The part that's the most fucked up is going to be, it's like, we heard they were remnants of despair, like, the whole time in Danganronpa 2, and they're being fixed. And then in this, we know they're remnants of we know that they, like, are remnants of despair, and that's, like, their whole thing as a class. Other than Mikan, we are yet to see any of them actually be despair. Well, I mean, Nagito, but depending on your definition. Like, we saw Mikan in chapter 3 in there, it's like, she's the first one that you see be despair in that, and in this. Again, thematic tie-ins of just, like, which character. And Nagito, well, it really depends on what your definition of Nagito showing despair is. But we've yet to see any of them despair. Like, I'm yet to see what Ibuki's like, reveling in despair. We're yet to see that, and that's where this is going to end, and that's going to be the difficult thing about this. All these people dying and having the shit beaten out of them and everything, and all the other people who are actually dying, is fucking bad. But seeing them actually act like those people actually act despair is going to be fucking rough. Because we've spent so long I'm saying analyzing because the weakness thing here. I mean, yeah. Yeah, we learned this episodes ago. My point is, this is like seeing that actual class actually be infected with despair is going to be rough because we spent so long knowing them and everything. Are we going for the idea that, like, he hates his love because it's gay, or does he hate his love because he knows Minokata isn't, so it will just never be requited? Because if it's the second one, I understand. If it's the first one, fuck you. Ba-da-da! Yes. Game show. Like, does he hate the fact that he's in love with Kyosuke because it's gay, or because he knows that Kyosuke won't be able to, like, send it back? Like, he knows that Kyosuke won't requite it. Like, is that why he hates it, or is he hates it because it's gay? Because if it's again, if it's because it's the gay one, fuck you, game, anime, fuck you. Yes, you are. Like, you could kill him to to fix this problem, but that wouldn't put Sakakura in as much despair as you could do, would it? Jesus Christ, you weak-willed fucking bastard. Really? Really, Sakakura? You're willing to betray Kyosuke that much and let this girl get a fucking way with it because you don't want Munakata to find out that you're gay? The fuck's wrong with you? No, I'm back to saying fuck this dude again. Kyosuke won't, but Tish. Really? You're willing to betray him so he doesn't find out you have a crush on him? Really? Really? Good lie, jeez. Fuck off. Please die. Thank you. Gundam? Yeah. How'd you show it from the side just randomly? Appreciate the fact that whenever Ibuki talks, rock music just starts playing. You're all overly trusting of Mikan, considering she seems to know everything. Is that... those doors? They look like the class trial doors. You don't recognize that this is, like, not where you were before? You saw this place before, Jarky. Like, you saw where Chaser was being held and everything. This is totally the class fucking trial thing, by the way. We're now at the elevator. Past those doors. And that's why. And that's why. Well, fuck. So at this point, she knows that Chase is gone, right? Yeah. Hey, do we all want to be in agreement again and not watch the end of this episode either? Cool, fucking cool, cool. Let's not watch it, hey. Also, with the power of pointy, spiky sticks. Let's not watch this! It is exactly a class fucking trial. There's the Monokuma laugh. It's an actual, like... the first real execution. That's why they all have the video game theme. Because the very first one did, because it was showing... oh, we're full on going for it. That was the art style. Are you sure you don't want to watch this? We can both just turn off the video, if you like. We can both just not watch it. She's already bleed. Jesus Christ! Oh, fuck. Does anyone else get the idea that, like, if Mitara had just been in a different class, if he had just been in Danganronpa 1's class, that Chiaki would have become the ultimate hope instead of Makoto? Like, she seems to be the one other person who has the level of optimism that Makoto has that makes him ultimate hope. Like, I don't know if she's ever not had optimism during the entire time we've seen her. Does this part of the video have the brainwashing tactics as well? Or is it just the despair of watching Chiaki go through this already affecting them? Yeah, the brainwashing's already started. Yeah, and because she's already like that, yeah. And if there's a way to turn them all into remnants, this is... It's a less bullshit reasoning than brainwashing. I mean, the brainwashing's part of it, but I mean... This is understandable. Also, for an execution, this is insanely complex and, like, convoluted compared to all the others and everything else. Like, she has actual physical control to walk around and do everything, and that's, I think, just meant to drive her hope even further. I mean, you see that in some of the other ones, where it's just like a second of a glimmer of hope just to fuck them over. So, I mean, that's the biggest trap in the world. Jesus there! Does she believe it? She does. With this music straight out of fucking Nier. He's laughing more evilly than fucking Junko. Also, like, I knew it'd be hard to watch, like, when we knew that Chiaki had to die because of how this works. That was a lot harder to watch than I thought. Like, that was actually, like, grimacing and juicing and, like, actually hurts. God. That zoom in on her face right at the end is just... Oh, hey, I'm on camera. But hey, like, the class trial room exists. So this is what they'll use for the first game. How? Is she just dying of the blood loss because it didn't, like, puncture any vital organs or something? Even now, she's still believing in hope. And kicks in the leitmotif again. Dragging this out as long as I can. Oh, that's a fucking name. It's the inverse of chapter 5 or 6 for Danganronpa 2. I mean, like, what's there to say? They knew how to do everything they possibly could to make that as difficult and painful to watch as possible. That was harder to watch than Kyoko. But I mean, like, the reasoning for that's obvious. Like, Kyoko died, and it sucks, and it hurts that she did. But she died in the name of hope. Chiaki dies literally only in for despair. Like, Chiaki only dies to make things worse. Where Kyoko gave herself up to help. And also to some extent because Kyoko, like, the poison looks very painful when it poisons people and kills them. But it was in her sleep, so maybe it was not painful. Whereas Chiaki, boy, did they drag out how painful it was. Like, just constantly hitting her and like just like brutalizing her through all of that, and then just being stabbed multiple times, and then just left to bleed out eventually. What I said in this episode, I'm pretty sure this episode I said it. Yeah, it was like right at the beginning. Well, no, it was like during the execution. No, what I said, if Mitara was in a different class, if he was in the Danganronpa 1 class, the 78 class, if Mitara was there instead, Chiaki would be the ultimate hope. She's the only other character, because the thing that defines Makoto's hope is his optimism and belief in people. The only other person who has that to the extent that Makoto does is Chiaki. Again, like, even there, it's just like Azura mentioned, it's just like, even right now in your death, you're apologizing because you're dying, and just wanting everyone else to be better. She was even wishing that, like, for Azura to be better, and Azura was there like the entire time. Like, Azura doesn't feel like he's actually doing anything. Like, Azura is not actively contributing towards doing any of this, it seems. He's literally just there to watch. Which for Azuru's personality, well, or lack thereof, but like the only thing that drives him is something that he can't predict. Because like his whole thing is like he's bored of absolutely every single possible thing ever, because he knows the outcome to everything, so he's literally just looking for anything that he can't predict, and that's his only goal. So him influencing, like him actively doing something for any of that doesn't make sense for his character, because, well, I mean, if he wants an unpredictable outcome, why the fuck would he act to do a part of it? Kind of thing. The characterization of Azuru here, while I think it's very accurate for what Azuru needs to be, in terms of what, like, the fucked up experiments of Ultimate Hope have done to Azuru, well, to Hajime, to make him into Azuru, and why Azuru is willing to, like, do things to help Despair, it somewhat feels at conflict with his actions in Danganronpa 2, specifically the end of Ultra Despair Girls, actually, where he takes the pieces of Shirokuma and Kurokuma to take those into the Neo World program to despairify the Neo World program. Partially because surely by the end of Ultra Despair Girls, he realizes that Despair's predictable as fuck. Like, everything up until the end of there has gone exactly how Junko expected it to, except for being defeated at the end of Danganronpa 1. I mean, she accounted for that and hoped it would happen, but she genuinely didn't expect it to happen. The one thing that has happened in that entire thing that was unexpected of Junko's plans is an action of hope. So I would feel that by the end of Ultra Despair Girls, that Azuru would be, maybe hope is more unpredictable, unless he's also going by the same idea as Nagito of hope's unpredictable, but for hope to be unpredictable, despair has to be huge, kind of thing. Unless that's what he's going for as well. I don't know. But Yeah, way to make a basically a 20-minute snuff film in your anime. Anime makers. Yay. That's what that was. That's what that was. That was a snuff film. I mean, it makes sense in the context of the thing why it's a snuff film, because it is literally a snuff film, because it's filmed to show to other people. Jesus, if they drag that on as long as fucking possible. I mean, I know why they did it. It's because it's to make it hurt as much as possible to watch, and that's the whole point of it. But fuck. The fact that she doesn't even die by all those spears, and she's still able to like, talk off that, and she's just like, no, she's literally just surviving in that pain. Well, not surviving, she's dying, but with that pain, just like not instantly, just slowly, painfully. The only thing I can kind of say that possibly shows that she may not be as ultimate hope as Makoto. Because in death, she wasn't giving into despair until possibly the last second. When she was talking about, I don't want to die, there's still things I want to do. The way she's looking there kind of seems like despair. I mean, like, Makoto falls into despair too. He falls into despair, like, pretty much in every single trial at some point during all of that. But he's able to bounce back from that with hope every single time. Like, Makoto feels despair. He just doesn't give into it, kind of thing. And he doesn't let any despair that he does feel dominate, like, his capacity to believe in hope and to still have hopeful. His hope is always stronger than whatever despair he's feeling by whatever is there. Which I guess you can still say about Chucky, even in her final seconds when she's talking about, I don't want to die. Because she's still talking about just like, I want to be with all my classmates. I want to be with them again, kind of thing. I want the best for them, kind of thing. My main question is, what the fuck's the next episode of the Despair Arc gonna be? Like, is the next episode of the Despair Arc just gonna be watching the cast that we've known for a whole game and now half of an anime just be horrible people and torture us in that way by just watching these people that we've come to be very affectionate of just do horrible, evil things that are very against the personality that we've known them for this entire time? / will we see like 2,700 kids kill themselves? The next episode of Despair Arc has the possibility of having the highest number of deaths in any of this by a factor of over 2,000, and a couple hundred. So there is that. Yeah. I mean, the next episode that we go to is the Future Arc, where hey, some hope seems to possibly be happening there because one of the people who said they were on the side of hope is stopped trying to kill everyone. So hopefully, there's some hope in that one. Really trying to dig in the knife in this. Like, let's make you watch Kyoko die. Let's make you watch Chiaki die. But wait, we've already watched Chiaki die. Yeah, well, watch her die for real. And way worse. Although her execution in Danganronpa 2 is actually kind of similar to this. Running through a maze trying to survive. It's just... At the end of that, she kind of gives up because she goes into the Tetris thing. And she's literally trapped there. But she literally just lets it happen to... Although, no, that makes sense, actually. No, because... Okay, because I was about to say it's weird that she doesn't try to escape there. Where in this, she was fighting until the absolute very end. But no, the whole point of her dying in Danganronpa 2 is she's dying and it's like despair-inducing because it's like she's dying and it's upsetting and everything like that. But she did willingly like let herself get killed so all of the others could continue on with their hope. So when it gets to a point where there's nothing left, it's kind of I can accept this because me dying means the others can continue on with their hope. So not necessarily giving up fighting, but just understanding that this is the way it has to be for everyone else to have hope. Giant Tetris block bang kind of thing. Still sucks. Chiaki's a character that we've watched die twice. So is Kyoko, technically. But one of those wasn't canon. Although there's the one in Danganronpa 2 count as not canon too. Because that's in a simulation that, like, didn't happen, and also she's not real there. So that may not go, I don't know, does that count as non-canon? I don't even know at this point. I mean, it happened. Just did it, though? I don't know. I'm gonna stop the session here. There's no way I can watch the next episode. Not like in this session alone, I've had to watch Kyoko and Jaki die. I can't watch the next episode. So whenever I record the next episode, we go to future arc where Munakata has stopped being Munakata the Ripper. You know, hopefully. He still turned around and killed. Oh, actually, one last thing, because he turned around and killed Sakakura. Wow, Sakakura. I love Kyosuke so much that I'm willing to betray him and let this person who's turned around and, like, doing a horrible bunch of evil things continue to be evil so people don't find out that I'm gay. I mean, like him not willing to tell Kyosuke because he's aware that it can't be required, because he's aware that Kyosuke is straight / in love with Chisa, that I can buy. And I can understand him being frustrated by that. And I get that. The fact that his fear of being discovered that he's gay is stronger than the actual love that he actually feels for Kyosuke is fucked up. And doesn't even make it, like, from a character perspective, like, of him and how much he trusts Kyosuke and stands by Kyosuke's side at every single turn. It doesn't make sense in that regard to just betray him with this huge fucking thing. And also just feels kind of gross because it's kind of just like, oh, I'm willing to let this murderer get away with all of this because of the homo. It's just like, like, it makes, like, in Sakakura's character that we've seen so far, it would make more sense for him to turn around and be like, Kyosuke, no, dude, I totally love you, but I have to tell you that because, well, you're gonna find out anyway. Also, Junko's totally guilty. I trust you, and I trust you so much, and I love you so much, and I'll follow you to the end of the fucking earth so much that I'm assuming you won't run away because you find out I'm gay. Like, that makes more sense for Sakakura's character than what we got, so, you know, that as well. And also, Jackie died, and that sucks. Next episode, you know, Munakata hopefully stops killing people. So until then, this is version 2, signing out.